In the last lecture, you found a little bit of SQL that looks like this right here. Make sure you copy paste that SQL somewhere safe. We're going to use that statement several times inside this video. Our ultimate goal is to try out some of these different on-delete constraints and really understand how they work through example. Now, to set up one of these different constraints, we're going to first drop our photos table. When we use the term drop in a SQL environment, that essentially means delete. We're going to delete or drop the entire photos table and all the photos stored inside of it. We're then going to recreate it several different times and insert some data into it. And each time we recreate that table, we're going to set up one of those different constraints. So let's try this out right now. I'm going to first get started by deleting the photos table, or dropping it is how we'd refer to this, by writing out drop table photos. I'm going to run that, and I should see a result of drop complete. If I now try to retrieve anything from the photos table, say with a select star, I would end up with an error that says relation photos does not exist. That is because we just deleted that table. Okay, so let's now recreate the photos table and insert some data into it. And as we do so, we're going to set up one of those different on-delete constraints. So I'm going to paste in the SQL from the last lecture that you just saw. So make sure you've got the create table on here and the insertion right there as well. So now, to set up one of these on-delete constraints, we're going to pick one out. The first one you and I are going to take a look at is on-delete cascade. And we're going to add that phrase right there, on-delete cascade, right after one of the foreign key columns that we set up when we are making our table. So in this case, we want to set up an on-delete cascade on the user ID foreign column. So right after that column definition, I'm going to write out on-delete cascade. And that's it. That's how we set one of these on-delete constraints. We'll then run this entire statement, or really both these statements. There we go. So it looks like the create was successful, and we also inserted some data into that table. So now we can test out the on-delete cascade. Now, just a quick reminder on what on-delete cascade does for us. If we attempt to delete a user, say the user with ID number 1 right here, all of the related photos tied to that user, so that would be the photo with ID 2, 3, and 4, because they are all related to user with ID 1, they should all be deleted automatically whenever we delete that related user. Let's test that out. Back over here, I'm going to delete that user by doing a delete from users where ID equals 1. So we've taken a look at the delete from statement before. That should delete from the users table, specifically the record with an ID of 1. I'm going to run that, and we'll see that the delete was successful. Now, in theory, behind the scenes, Postgres has also deleted those related photos. Let's do a select star from photos and just verify, make sure that the related photos got deleted. So we'll do a select star from photos. I'm going to run that, and sure enough, we do not see any of the photos related to the user with ID 1. That's it. That is the on-delete cascade constraint. Now you're going to use this on-delete cascade very frequently anytime that you delete some kind of record that has a lot of dependent records on it. A really, really good example of this would be if you are managing some kind of forum. So think about a discussion forum. A discussion forum has many posts and many replies inside of a post. If you ever delete a post or like a main discussion thread, chances are you would want to also delete all of the replies inside of it as well. Same thing would go with, say, a blog post. And very similar in nature, a blog post might have many comments tied to it. And if you delete a blog post, chances are you don't want to hold all the related comments in your database, because there's really no expectation that anyone's going to ever try to read those comments. So you will very frequently set up a on-delete cascade between something like a forum post or a blog post and comments related to it. All right, so now that we've taken a look at the on-delete cascade, let's take a brief pause and then take a look at on-delete set null in the next video.